Hello and welcome to Top of the Mind Monday here on the Lorekings. Today we're going to talk about Star Wars Rogue One. You says our people gonna die? There is a Star Wars movie coming out in a couple of weeks and you would barely know it. This is probably the first time in the history of a Star Wars movie release it's been this quiet. And it's not quiet because they're still spending money, but it's quiet from the community perspective. And I have three reasons why I think that is the case this time. The first reason, I feel that the hardcore fans felt a little let down by episode 7. Now, what do I mean by that? Like myself, I believe many of them have spent the last 2 decades reading books, participating in games, and doing all these other things in the universe. And it felt like with episode 7, there was no payoff for us. It was remember berries, remember Chewbacca, remember Han Solo, yeah, I remember, and all this other stuff. But we also remember Thrawn. We also remember Kip. We also remember Sava Savatine. We also remember all these other characters too, because we spent the time, read the books, bought the books, and grinded through them all. And there was no payoff. They destroyed that whole canon, and they said they were going to remake a new one. And what we got in exchange was basically a reboot of episode 4. Now, I loved the movie. I thought it was good structurally. I thought it was a structurally good movie, structurally sound. But as far as lore went, you know, the instantaneous use of the Force and some of these other factors, I think rubbed a lot of the hardcore people the wrong way. But since everyone else loved it, everyone kind of remained quiet a little bit about it. You know, they're kind of like, yeah, it was a 7 or a 6 movie. You know, it wasn't terrible. But at the end of the day, I saw the Death Star battle already, and this kind of felt like that again. I saw the learning of the principles once before, and I just thought we were going to get something different. I thought we were going to get the Jedi Temple. I thought we were going to get Luke training new Jedi. I thought that's what we were going to get, and we didn't get that. So that was a little disappointing. So I felt like there was a little bit of a disappointment because we know what they replaced, and I don't know if it lived up to our expectation of what it replaced. I think the second reason is we don't know what to expect. So you don't have the bloggers and everyone else getting behind this movie and really promoting it like they did episode 7, because we kind of don't know what angle they're coming at this movie from. This might be one of the first departures from the kind of structure that we've been seeing before. So it's kind of weird. We've also heard there's been a lot of reshoots, a lot of rewrites, and all this other stuff. So sometimes that makes you a little nervous. But at the same time, the Civil War had a lot of rewrites, a lot of reshoots and stuff like that because of Spider-Man and Black Panther and some of the other things they were moving in and out. So we don't know. It might be for the better, like it was with the Civil War, or it might be worse because there's been other reshoots in other movies, and the movies were god awful. So I think there's a lot of nervousness on that part. We really don't know what we're going to get because this character is new. All the supporting characters are new. Though they do have Vader and some of the other returning people from the Empire side, we just don't know what we're going to get. So I'm going in optimistic. I'm going in hopeful. See, and I hope it's great. You know, if it's great, I'll be the first one to let you know. And if it sucks, I'll be the first one to let you know there too. I think the third reason is just a somewhat lack of faith in the leadership, in the new leadership of the Star Wars. It seems like the early days of the Marvel movies before they kind of got it together with Iron Man. And then started rolling and with Thor and everyone else. And then it was like, okay, now we can put them all together. I really thought when Disney bought Star Wars, they were going to turn it into something like they do with the MCU. They were going to come out with different lanes that people walked in, and then they all came together for big missions, which I think would have been absolutely amazing. So imagine you had a movie where you had somewhere with a Jedi temple here, then you had the rogues over here, and then you had, you know, droid people over here, or whatever the hell's going on, right? You got them all in these different environments, 4 different storylines, and then you have an Avengers moment where, you know, the 4 Jedi come together with the rogues and then everyone else, and you pile it on, and then you have this big battle, and it's epic, and it's fun, and it's awesome. I thought that's where they were going to go. They didn't take that route. So now we're going to get one-offs. We're going to get Rogue One. We're going to get the Han Solo movie. We're going to get Episode 8 next year. And, you know, they still have a chance to do that, but it's kind of, I don't know what we're getting. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what we're trying to accomplish. And I think that's where a lot of the people that were a part of the hype machine in the first part, and I was included for episode 7, now we're kind of sitting back waiting and watching to see what happens. And maybe it's a good direction, maybe it's not. You know, whatever happened to the Star Wars series that was supposed to be on Netflix, just like the Daredevils and everything else from the MCU. You know, this is one company. I heard there's been some infighting. I heard that the number 2 from Marvel should have got the job for Star Wars lead, and he didn't get it. And there's fighting inside. So there's all this stuff going on around the environment that makes me nervous. You know, I want them to get it right. Trust me, I want 2 Star Wars movies a year, 2 Marvel movies a year. You give me a DC movie on top of that, and I'll be the happiest person on this planet. Give me a Star Wars, maybe bring back Stargate. Give me all this stuff in one year. Fantastic. And give me like the Arrival movies like you got coming out next week. I'll take all that. I'll take it all. I want them to be successful. I want this to work. I want this to be awesome. And I know you do too. But goddamn it, I'm nervous. I think everyone else is too. I think everyone else is just a little nervous. And that's what we're waiting for. So please knock this out. You know, everyone go support the movie. Go support Rogue One. If it's good, go check it out twice. But this is your boy here, Big Doula, here from the Lorekings. Watch, like, comment, subscribe here on Top of the Mind Monday. Check me out every Monday.